management principles in any company, service or manufacturing, brings a set of challenges and problems. But job shops seem to offer a unique set of challenges, especially with their high mix, low volume set of products. Hi, I'm Chet Marchwinski for the Lean Enterprise Institute, and I'm joined today by Greg Lane. Greg has a lot of experience implementing lean and repetitive manufacturing, and as well as job shops. Uh, Greg learned lean management at Toyota, where he spent many years, and then later helping other companies implement lean, as well as his own company that he took through a lean transformation. Greg is also the author of Culturally on Plan and Made to Order Lean, and he is a faculty member at the Lean Enterprise Institute. So, Greg, I'm glad you could join us with all your experience and help people get over some of the hurdles in implementing lean in high mix, low volume manufacturing operations. So, my first question would be then, in your experience, are there unique reasons why lean seems to fail in job shops, and, in any environments with a high mix, low volume?
Well, in general, it's somewhat ironic that the industry, and when you look back, Toyota production system, Ono actually started the production system in a machine shop. So its roots were in the machine shop, closer to a job shop. What became more famous, though, is kind of the conveyor line theory in lean. And a lot of the publications and books out there start into these examples that the job shops, the made-to-order companies, engineered order companies cannot relate to. For example, we start out and we talk a tool like Heijunka, and we say, assume you make 800 reds a day, 400 blues, 300 blacks of these. Here's how to, apply Heijunka and level the schedule. And people get turned off too quickly because they don't see the direct application maybe of a tool, and they're stuck in that tool era, and they don't go back to what's the principle Lean's trying to apply. I myself, till I bought my own job shop, as Chet said, and tried to apply it through the School of Hard Knocks, found if I went back to the principle enough, I was able to implement that. And let me give one example, takt time. We all struggle with takt time. Time available divided by customer demand. In a job shop, we mathematically generally can't figure that out. Time available is whatever time you need on the machine. I'm selling the machine or the process's time. And the customer demand, I only know for the current order I have. I have no forecast or anticipated demand, so I'm not able to plug into the equation. But the reality is every time we quote a job to a customer, and that customer gives us the purchase order, we now have a markedly acceptable rate to plan and measure against. And that's our takt time. That's our relationship to the customer.
That's an excellent example, by the way, very unique to planning in a job shop environment. Let's stay with that. And can you tell us, for instance, because job shops make a range of products, does that open up pitfalls for getting margins wrong? And if that happens, then boy, you're really in trouble.
That's correct. So the KPIs and the measurements in a job shop change a bit, and one of them, as Chet's brought up, is the whole bit of the margin. And if I were to tell you this product here, product A has a margin of 25%, and product B has a margin of 8%, we immediately want to focus and change somehow margin B. That's a great management focus from a financial end if that margin's calculated correctly, but it's much harder in a job shop. And the big crux in the job shop that makes it harder is that we have more indirect and transactional processes and more cost in that. And our generally accepted accounting practices allocate those costs not always by the products that consume that activity, but they do it a lot based on direct labor hours. In a job shop, direct labor hours are very disproportionate to the products that consume the indirect people's time. So we generally apply the profit margin wrong, and there are some things we can do with better applying the cost to get a correct profit margin through reapplying it based on activity. Some people will call it activity-based costing, but there's some simpler methods to get at it. We'll also sometimes talk about it as lean accounting.
Okay, and then there are some elements in lean that could be particularly helpful in getting those margins right, do you think?
Yeah, the elements to get a margin more correct is to really, it starts to involve, have a better understanding of where the indirect, the support people spend their time, where they spend most of their time firefighting. Um, there's some general hints. A product that might come in with lower direct labor hours but have a big bill of materials going to keep purchasing very busy. It's going to keep engineering possibly very busy, supply chain management very busy, getting all that product in. So my direct costs have gone up, and my accounting might not reflect that in the margin.
And Greg, finally, you teach a couple of workshops for LEI. One is called Improving Operations in High-Mix, Low-Volume Organizations. The other is called Managing High-Mix, Low-Volume Operations. Can you tell us what's the difference between the two, and what will attendees learn that'll help them implement a lean management system?
Let's start with the managing end first. As the managing differences in high-mix, low-volume compared to certain other operations are, let's imagine we build a lot of different parts. We have thousands of different SKUs we build in a year. One of the things we focus on in the managing workshop is where should management be focused in spending their time as they apply the lean leadership elements, okay? And some of those lean leadership elements are the same that we would apply in a high-volume business, being leader standardized work, visual management, our problem-solving systems. And I'll give you a couple insights into it. One, we start to talk about grouping parts more into runners, repeaters, strangers, and that helps us decide where to focus our time as we apply some of these different lean leadership traits. Another thing we find in high mix, low volume is our total lead time from when we get an order in the business to when we ship that order in the business. We have a lot more time in that lead time cycle consumed in the upfront transactional processes. And generally fulfilling the order is a couple days, maybe a week, sometimes out of a 40, 50-day lead time in a complex engineering process. Therefore, we utilize some of that lead time structure to help managers understand better where to focus their time in that environment, because it can be more chaotic. And those are two of the points. But we use the same leadership principles as would be applied in any sort of business, but we apply them differently and focus them. Now, if I move to the improving operations, that's where we drill down a little more in operations. And this is, again, where we can go back. The principles are the same. The tools get applied slightly. Now, generally, Heijunka, Jidoka, Pokioki, some of those tools that some of you lean practitioners know, are the harder ones to apply. But we tend to spend a lot more time of how to properly use the engagement between the MRP systems that are out there, some visual planning systems. A lot of those out there trying to use the MRP, the more wrong parts, as some of the people will call them, instead of materials requirements planning. There are ways to better utilize that MRP system in with how you visually plan and manage on the shop floor and connect back to leadership elements. So we do a bit of deep diving on that. We also group some things by runners, repeaters, strangers, to better understand that in operations. So we're giving you techniques to deal with those thousands of part numbers you might build in a year, and how to productively manage those on the shop floor. So that's our dive.
Greg, thanks a lot for coming by and sharing your experience and knowledge on implementing and managing job shops. And thanks for watching. And until next time, wishing you continued success in making your lean leap.